Solana continues this big drop to the downside, but at what point are we likely to see some sort of a bottom coming in for Solana? In today's episode, we're going to look at what is going on in the Solana price and look at the potential possibilities for it to play out from here. So guys, in my last video about Solana, we talked about this pattern being formed here, and we were around this point then, and I did say that if it was able to break out and have a close outside, that we would be pushing towards all-time highs for the Solana price. But as you can see, we took a rejection there, and since then we've been pushed back into this channel, and in the last day or so we've come out, we've retested, and now we are pushing back down, currently sat at around the $134 level. What's important about the current level that we're sat at, you can look back, and in the past we did have this breakout where we pushed up and came towards this area, but then after breaking through, we then found substantial support at this level, hitting multiple times as we moved up, and now we are coming back down and retesting this level. Now knowing that this pattern has already broken down, I did mention that the target for this price would be down towards $100, but there's obviously other things that could happen that could potentially save us here. So if we do look at this from another perspective, now we can see that this is a falling sort of channel pattern. In the past we had this high here, then we found support at these multiple levels all the way down, and there's a potential that we could come down and touch this line in a very short space of time. But notice, if we were to come down, we are in line with that previous wick level here. Now obviously we could take a drop and drop out the bottom of this, which is less likely, as which does tend to be a bullish pattern. So if we're able to hold support probably above around the $124, $126 level, then we are likely to then see a push back towards this area here. Now obviously nothing is guaranteed, and it would then need to break through this level in order to confirm somewhat of a breakout back towards an upside move. If it was able to do that and maintain these levels, assuming that we are going to come down to around the $124 level, then potentially if we were to take a breakout, we would then come back up to around the $238 level theoretically, which is in line pretty much with the breakout target from that original descending triangle pattern that we looked at a couple of days ago. Actually, what's more interesting, if we look across to the Solana Bitcoin chart, we can see something very similar. Happening here. As Bitcoin has been sort of trading sideways, we've seen the rest of the market also sort of starting to cool off a bit, and we're seeing it here in the Solana price. Now where the Solana US dollar hasn't reached down towards these levels, we can now see that we are testing these levels, with Solana appearing to find support within this range here. Now obviously, again, this is a very similar looking chart to the Solana US dollar chart, where we are probably going to find some support and resistance. The worst case, as you can see, we may, even if we were to drop out the bottom of here, we would probably then wick towards lower levels here. However, as we look down at the RSI, we can see we are very oversold on this chart, and if we're able to sort of find support on this chart, this could be an indicator of what's happening over on the US dollar Solana chart. So things are looking potentially a bit worrying for the Solana price. Jumping back to the Solana US dollar chart, I made a video a week or so ago when we were up around these levels, telling people that it was likely going to have a cool off, to which I got met with a lot of kind of aggressive comments saying that we were going to be pushing higher, and why would you possibly want to sell around this point. And around that point, when you get comments like that indicating heavy amounts of greed, then that's when we want to start to look to sell it. But now I guarantee that there will be a lot of fear saying that Solana is going to dump down to sort of $60, maybe even worse. And when we start to get into the sort of the fear zone, that's actually the complete opposite for us in terms of what we should be looking to do, because the fear is actually when we should be looking to perhaps accumulate, and when we can see moves coming in another direction. Now obviously we don't just have to move up and down aggressively all the time like this, we can also perhaps take a bit of a cool off. So if we are down to these levels and we do find support before pushing back towards here, then don't be surprised if we perhaps see a bit of sideways action depending on how the crypto market is behaving, and we could see things going on. But at the moment, in terms of Solana, anything sort of around the $100 plus up towards the sort of 136 could be a potentially good buying opportunity in my opinion. Obviously go away and do your own research. Trading is risky, and you can lose all your money. But I really want to drill down on that sort of market sentiment and the fear greed thing, because I've seen it time and time again when a lot of people, it gets down to here, and I know what it feels like where you're thinking, oh no, this is a disaster, I'm going to lose everything, when actually then you suddenly sell it and it turns around and does this to us. Because the markets are designed to do that, and they're kind of designed to manipulate our emotions into providing liquidity to the bigger buyers who will be probably looking to accumulate at these levels and sell at these levels. They want to sell their token at this level, and they need people to buy it. And at the bottom, they are starting to look to want to buy things, and they want people to sell it to them. Okay, so always be aware of your emotions and how they're affecting you, because I guarantee if they're affecting you like that, they're affecting everyone like that. And ultimately, that's the way the market is designed to work. I hope you've enjoyed today's quick update. Please smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe, and as well, go on over to the Twitter page where I post a lot of videos as well as up and coming news. I'll leave a link for that down in the description, and make sure you go over there and subscribe as well. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.